Hi, my name's Byron Udell. I'm the founder and CEO of AccuQuote.com. Today, I'm going to be talking about long-term care insurance. Does it make sense? How much is it? Do you need it? How often do people need it? What's the risk of long-term care? What's the cost of long-term care? And so let me start by saying the odds of any individual needing long-term care in their lifetime is about 70%, according to all the statistics. The odds of one or the other in a couple needing long-term care is 91%. Now, the average long-term care stay is somewhere in the area of 3 to 3.5 years. And the average cost of long-term care, at least in my market, we're here in the Chicago area, is about $300 a day, which is pretty scary. Now, we're talking about assisted care type facility, for lack of a better term, nursing home type care. But these policies that we're talking about that actually will help pay for these things also pay. And it's okay if you need the care to be done in your home. So in other words, they also cover in-home care. In order to qualify for benefits, typically most policies have a 2 of 6 ADLs. ADLs are activities of daily living. And if you cannot perform 2 of the 6 ADLs, which is eating, toileting, moving, all just the basic activities of daily living, if you can't perform 2 or more of these, you qualify to receive the benefits on your long-term care policy. Also, there's sort of a trump card if you have a severe cognitive impairment, Alzheimer's, inability to be able to think and behave rationally. These things also, even in the absence of the ADLs or the inability to perform ADLs, would trigger the benefit. Now, you can buy any amount of benefit you want. You can buy all kinds of cost of living increases, and then these policies, they're all over the board in terms of what they cost. And understand that these policies' prices over the years have gone up. The best time to get this is when you're young. And typically, people call us about long-term care for the first time when they're in their 40s or 50s, oftentimes when their parents or their grandparents have gone through a situation that's been stressful on the family, both financially and emotionally. The financial part's the only part I can help with, although if you have the financial side taken care of, the emotional side's a lot easier to deal with because you're not as stressed out financially. The ability to lay this risk off or to buy coverage for this does exist. There are a handful or a couple of handfuls of carriers that offer it, and the policies are very good. Understand that since prices have gone up and they continue to go up even on existing policies, the reason for that is that people are actually making claims because the odds of needing it are very high. Like we said, 91% that one or the other of you, if you're a couple, and 70% if it's a single person I'm speaking to, is going to need the coverage. And so, and with the average amount, the average length of stay being 3.5 years in my market, that's $350,000. So if you're worth $350,000 and you end up needing long-term care, and there's a 70% chance you will, you may end up dying with nothing. And so if you want to leave nothing behind, that's up to you. But I would say that I think it's something that everybody should consider. If you're wealthy, you may say, well, I don't need it. I can fund it myself. Well, you're wealthy. You don't need car insurance either. You could, at least the collision side, maybe there's a law that you have to have liability coverage, but you don't have to cover collision. Maybe I don't have to because I could afford to cover the cost of my car breaking down or a car getting in an accident, but I still have collision because I prefer to lay that risk off on somebody else. I'll let an insurance carrier take that risk. And so long-term care is the same way. We think it's critical. There's so many people that haven't thought about it. They don't want to think about it. It's just not something people like to think about, the concept of needing long-term care. But it happens even sometimes to younger people because of injuries and rehabs and things like that. So we believe it's critically important to consider this type of product. If you'd like more information on it, feel free to give us a call.